find my way back to you. I'm lost again. I don't wanna run from all of this. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. So break me. I'm falling hard, don't help me. I've been Rising on my shoulders, going up in a sleepless space. White eyes with a crazy flare. I'm going round and round, it won't let me out. When I swim, I'm drowning in. I sing when I swim from the pressure in my.
Yeah, Stefan, I'm not sure what else to do. Still getting confused.
So you put on the time, therefore you actually got in.
Sorry, can you say this again?
You hearing me?
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I'm asking. You were able to put down the time, or I'm seeing
Yeah,
like
during
14 laps
practice.
from you. So
Yeah, I
you're
was
just
able
being
to
kicked
get
just
into
like
the.
that. Seeing the fact that
Yeah.
it's just you alone, the problem is you gotta check your system.
Alright, I'll
I
do
don't
that.
know, probably restart your internet box or something. Yeah, 6 minutes.
Alright. Stefan is saying it might be deliberate. Like if you undo whatever was done deliberate, it might fix this.
Alright. Maybe I'll try.
Never meant to say sorry. Si prefieres llamarme cuando quieras just call me. Si me ves, coge lo que está vibrando en el móvil. Si te vas un retorno, tú cambiaste el entorno. You wanna return, what you want, what you need from me. ¿Qué más para poder vivir? Que si me lo ya no sé. What you want, what you need from me. No me nada que decir. Let's say I'm about to blow up.
Alright guys, we can do our server restart here for the qualifying. So be prepared to leave the server and rejoin. I'm going to add a 2 minutes extra. You guys hear me?
Yeah, no problem.
Yep.
Alright, server is back. To let me know if the server is okay to go. Anybody being kicked?
Joining now.
Copy. Alright, seems to be fine. Oh no, AC. not active, so we gotta restart server here. Everybody
You
leave.
guys. Stefan, they start the race yet?
Oh, not yet.
Oh, awesome. I came back. So.
Alright, cool. Alright guys, we're gonna do this again because real penalty didn't initialize.
Hey, Luke, you get through.
Yeah, I just came back home.
Nice.
I thought the race already started and everything, so I was like, sadly. But, so y'all in here. The link the same? Or.
Yeah,
Should be.
link will be the same. Server is back. Not active again, so we gotta do this. Give it a while guys before you try to join the server. Like probably 2 minutes.
That's funny because I just accidentally joined.
Alright, should be good now. Everyone join in quickly. You've got about 2 minutes extra.
Get up. In.
Mic test 1 2. All right, here we go. Good evening, guys, and welcome to the final round of our SKNY Media's Caribbean Sim Racing Championship. We've just gotten qualifying on the way after a bit of technical issues here. And as you can see, Dominic completing his outlap to begin his official first lap in a qualifying here. It might be a bit of a thought it was going to be a little bit of a traffic jam there coming out of pit exit, but it's not. And we can ride now with the Trinidadian as he goes around the
I in the server.
eastern part of the circuit.
I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, the wrong server.
Where's the link? Is it in CSR or AC events?
Yeah, that's... Who's that? Who's speaking?
Luke.
Yeah, I'm not seeing you, sir. Oh, now I can see you loading it.
Yeah.
Winnie over overshoots that one there into turn 1. But it's a 118.5 there from Dominic Charles as he switches over to Javon Parry. Comes out of the gooseneck there to begin his first lap. Well, first flying lap that is, as comes out of his out lap. So we're gonna see some not so fast times at the moment as these guys make their way around and get the car heated up, tires them in the right working temperature range, and so we'll be able to see some times coming up. I just want you guys to let me know if you're hearing me well over the cars, if I need to increase the volume or if I need to decrease it. See that time there from Javon. We're gonna take you over to Tavar now, who's currently leading the top here. Tavar comes out of the, he's in the gooseneck at the moment. Comes across the line, does not improve that time, or did he? I think he did actually. So 117.670 now. Looking back, his closest rival in times to him is Kadeem Mohammed, the Barbadian, coming in here down about a tenth or so to Tavar's time. And I just want to get the championship points for you. Kadeem Mohammed is going even faster there in this first sector. So far we've got Dominic Charles at the top of the list with 264 points here after completing phase 1, and we're about to complete phase 2 here, followed by Michael Charles, also from Trinidad and Tobago, with 150 points. So you can see the difference there in the lead. Dominic can miss a few races there. But Kadeem Mohammed is very close to Michael Charles, the Barbadian, with 138 points. We are seeing Kadeem now on track as he takes that car on the rumble strips and over a bunch of hills there as he's off track. Gonna have to watch how he comes on, not to get in the way of Luke Lezama, who's coming in here. I think he's Trinidadian, is he? Yes, he is, but he's got on the Barbadian flag at the moment. That's a mistake there. He is wearing the Trinidad red on his car, but it does say that he is Barbadian. That is incorrect. Dominic Charles back in pit lane right now. He doesn't even have to worry about this, does he? You can see Michael Charles right behind him. Ryan Hunt back with us again. Right now with Hunt, it's just about 8.5 minutes left in qualifying. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So Ryan Hunt, we were following Ryan Hunt there around for a little bit, but we're going to take you back as Kadeem Mohammed now takes the lead of this qualifying here. Currently sitting on provisional pole with a 117 at 608. And we've got just under 7 minutes to go as we look at Tavar Clark now. Tavar comes across sector 1's line there. Not seeing anything from Tavar. He probably would have went a little bit over there on the track. So I'm a bit distracted here as we head. Tavar's giving up on that one. Luke doing pretty well here. Is already sitting in on the second row ahead of Mark Anthony Eaton. Where is Mark Anthony, by the way? He's right behind Luke. And now Dominic Charles comes out on track. Jaden Harrison's back in pit lane. Ryan Hunt comes across the line and does improve here now. Looking at Michael Charles, he's still in pit lane. Javon Parry is doing pretty well in sector 1 and sector 2. He comes across the line now. He improves but does not get out of that 9th spot. This is the final round for phase number 2 of our Caribbean Sim Racing Championship. And we look back at the head of the pack. Kadeem Mohammed has extended that lead to 3/10 over Tavar Clark. Where's Tavar? Tavar still not getting times here from Tavar.
Okay, so I'm not able to stream. It seems to be able to manage. But I can record. So I'll do that.
I'm getting a high ping from you, so I think stream is doing that.
Yeah, I don't think I can stream while I'm doing this. So I'll just record it.
Now Tavar is down from that 3rd position. He's now back in, second position. He's now back in 3rd as Luke Lezama takes that 2nd position. So he's right behind, 600ths of a second behind Kadeem Mohammed. And he's gonna go again. Dominic Charles down by a second here toward the field, but I don't think Dominic had any sort of practice here throughout the week. These guys are all dealing with exams and so on. It's a bit tough for them, and of course priorities. As we look at Mark Anthony right now, not improving here out of sector 2, but Tavar Clark comes across the line and takes that 2nd position back from Luke Lizama. Luke is on a hunt here as Ryan Hunt comes back out of pit lane as well. Tavar does take that car into pit lane, and now he's coming out back again, probably with a fresh set of threads here. He's just a 100th flat, sorry, a 10th flat, Tavar Clark, from the pole position, which is currently being held by Kadeem Mohammed. So Luke now goes for a fast one. We'll ride with Luke. Easy does it, I say. And Luke, ooh, he's gonna cut that one there, unfortunately. Takes a beating here from the trees down at the top of the hill. Oh, and he's just overcooking it just a bit there, Luke. What does Sector 1 times say? Seems as though he's abusing those track limits to try and get what he needs, but Kadeem lengthens the lead right now to 2.5 tenths to Tavar Clark now. And this is it. One lap left as Luke takes back that second row, that second position there from Tavar Clark. Can Tavar respond now? Looking at Tavar, we're gonna have to wait until he crosses the line before we get anything here. I just want to remind you guys that this series is brought to you by SKNY Media and JTech Motorsport Solutions. Tavar comes across the line there and cannot improve his time, so Luke will take that second position there. Kadeem Mohammed, excuse me, takes the pole position of the qualifying here for the 4th round of our Caribbean Sim Racing Championship. Luke Lizama comes in 2nd position. Tavar Clark will come in 3rd. Ryan Hunt will come in 4th. Mark Anthony Eaton's gonna bring that 5th position in there. Dominic Childs not really trying to put down a heavy time, I suppose, comes in 6th position. Jaden Harrison 7th. Cale Vaden Roper in 8th, Michael Childs 9th, and Javon Parry in 10th. A lot of the guys sitting this one out here as we now get ready to go racing. That was Dominic Charles coming across the line. He has been shown the checkered flag now. Alright guys, good run there for the qualifying. We're ready to go racing. Just remember that it's 2 races, one with a reverse grid at the end of it. Patience is key. Race is not won on the first turn or lap. Alright, so SKNY Media, we want to thank them a lot as we close off yet another phase here for the Caribbean Sim Racing Championship. SKNY Media has come on as the title sponsor for this series, which is the pinnacle series of the Caribbean for our Caribbean Sim Racers. And at the end of the year, as we've got 5 total phases, one every other month, at the end of it, someone's going to walk away with a hefty amount of cash in their pocket. And then we also have the Caribbean Sim Racing Champion title, of which they also take away a trophy at the end of it all. So you want to stick with us for the entire year, the entire rest of the year, and do remember every point counts here. So it's not just a race of a willy-nilly. No, it's not. These guys are racing for something. All right. So as we get ready to get this show on the road here, we got 10 of the best sim racers right now trying to put it down to claim that title for themselves. All right, so here we go. We're getting ready to go racing. SKNY Media, just remember, you need any photography or videography works, get in contact with them on Instagram. It's SKNY_media, and get in contact with them. They operate out of their Cayman Islands base, but of course they operate regionally as well. So go ahead, get in contact with SKNY Media. Second on board with us is JTech Motorsport Solutions. Want to say thank you to JTech Motorsport Solutions coming on board with us once again. They were with us. They were the title sponsors for the Caribbean Formula Cup last year, and they've come back on with us with the Caribbean Sim Racing Championship. And do remember to visit their website. It's jtechgy.com for all of your aftermarket needs there for your racing car or your daily driven sports car or tuner car. You can go ahead, visit them at JTech Motorsport Solutions. It's jtechgy.com. All right, we're getting ready to go racing here. Let me see if I
How
can.
much fuel are they using? If I'm willing to say.
19 liters.
Makes sense.
Yep, 19.
I'm gonna pick it up here from the mid pack as we get ready to go racing here. You're gonna in a moment's time see the LEDs on screen. There they are, and now we are waiting for them to be lit. 6 lights will be on and then off when we go racing here for the final round of the Caribbean Sim Racing Championship, phase number 2, and they're off. Seems as though everyone's got a good start so far. Oh no, Luke's been touched there from the back. He's been set straight. Full course yellow. Bring that car down to 50 kilometers per hour. We're gonna do this under the safety car. Thank you. No overtaking.
Go ahead, Mikhail.
Bring it up to 80 kilometers per hour there, Mark. And once half the field's been taken out like that, it's cause for a safety car. Alright, we go racing at the end of this lap, guys. We go racing at the end of this lap. So we saw a bunch of guys there going off in turn number 1, and I did see that Luke Lezama now back in 10th position was one of them. Alright, 50 kilometers per hour on the clock. Bunch it up for me, guys. Do watch the guy in front of you though. Don't hit them. Under the starter's orders. Green light. And they go racing once again, this time in a perfect order. Mark Anthony already takes the inside line as he goes to defend against the Chargers behind him. Now we look back. Is it a clean one? Oh, Ryan Hunt been tagged here now, but he's the only one, and he gets going again. Kadeem Muhammad as well, fighting with Luke Lizamas. Luke is already making up a couple of positions. Tavar on Dominic Charles. Now no one wants to touch each other. here as they try to get going once again. But so far it's Mark Anthony Eaton with the lead of this race here now. And we want to jump up into the cars so we can get back into the action of this race, as there's no camera down that part of the track. Tavar now holding on as Mikel Charles as well goes ahead of Dominic. Dominic fights for that, back for that position. You can see just there in the rear view mirror of Tavar Clark. Dominic goes ahead now. Kale right behind him. Mikel Charles, that is. And you can see many of the guys there taking opportunity of the fact that they can go over there as Mark Anthony opens the lead. Jaden Harrison directly behind him. Javon Parry getting pressured there from Tavar Clark. Oh, Tavar does get in contact with Javon. He pushes him ahead now. Now Dominic is going to look to get up alongside Tavar. He does. And now Dominic goes into fourth position. Just as Tavar Clark holds on to the inside line. But Javon Parry outbreaks himself going into turn number 1. And now he's running alongside Tavar Clark. Tavar with a great opportunity now as it switches back to the inside line. He's going to take that position. Yes, Tavar up into third position. Oh, no! Who was that? It was Mikel Charles getting the shorter end of that stick. And now he's all the way back into 10th position. Kilvaden Roper does make a move. Ryan Hunt does make a move against Kilvaden Roper. He's now into 8th position. And we can pick up with him now right here. Well, looking ahead, Dominic Charles is even closer to Javon Parry now. This is the FIA sanctioned layout. Well, not sanctioned, but the FIA layout that was drafted for the GMR and SC. They did not go ahead with this layout, but they did take some bits from it. Oh, you can see how close Luke is to Dominic. He's now on the inside. Luke, he's got a great line there as he comes out of the gooseneck, but he's not got the pace as Dominic goes back into the lead. Now Javon Parry's going to have an opportunity here to get away as Luke is further pressuring Dominic. Now into turn 1 they go. Take a ride on board with Luke to follow this action now. Oh, and you can see Dominic now making a move there against Javon. Javon has lost enormous amount of pace there through turn 1. I suppose it's that Kadeem Muhammad on the outside of both Luke and Dominic Charles. Can he make it stick? Kadeem, he's going ahead indeed. The Barbadians with the move now up into 5th position. Ryan Hunt also at the back. It's a train wreck now. Ryan Hunt initiating that one and has unfortunately taken himself out of this one. And Kadeem, his teammate as well, well, countryman rather, after getting up into the 5th position, has suffered enormously there. Back now with Dominic Charles though. He's been given a great opportunity here as those guys ahead are gone. Where is Mark Anthony Eaton and Jaden Harrison? They're setting the pace here at South Dakota Circuit. Tavar trying to catch up back with them now. We ride with the Jamaican. Oh, whoa, whoa. Just looking back, I was just about to say now we've got Dominic. Oh no, he went off track. He went off track, Dominic Charles. And I think he might be stuck. No, he's just waiting there until Ryan gets by. But he's all the way back into 10th now. Javon Parry's out of this one as you went into the Nether Realm. And don't see him coming back from that one. No, I'm sorry. He's out of there. Oh, jumping up. Mark Anthony is being pressured now by his countryman Jaden Harrison, who goes up into first right now. Mark Anthony almost being pushed off track there, it seemed. But don't take my words for it. I did not have a proper angle on that one. But now Mark Anthony been relegated to 2nd position. Not quite sure what happened. We did see Dominic Charles go off track there. Well, here comes Mark Anthony. He's got a great pace there on the inside. As it switches back, you gotta watch that part of the track. But Mark is pressuring. Oh no, I think he went a little bit too deep there, Mark. And Jaden Harrison has been able to get away just a bit, but Jaden's gonna miss the apex there. Mark Anthony clipping in. You see, they've all practiced and know exactly where they can clip without being given a penalty, cut track warning that is, for cutting the track. And no, Mark is gonna run that really wide, takes it on the stuff that does not have any grip. And oh no, doesn't seem as though he's doing quite well here, Mark. Now he's been shown a cut track warning. He's already got 3 out of 5, Mark Anthony. So he's got to be careful. He's now susceptible to Tavar Clark. Tavar closing the gap here. Tavar with a 118.2 on that one. And a 119 from Mark Anthony Eaton, and you saw him all over. He's still all over the track there, Mark Anthony. He's not having a clean race, is he? We're in the ride now with Tavar Clark. Mark Anthony seemingly closing the gap there. He's trying to run it wide to get back in the power sooner and get that grip. But I don't know if it's going to help if he's always in the dirt like that. But Tavar now catching up to these two as they fight. Seems as though he's got a different line to them through here. Is it working though? Closest
Stefan, can you check on upping for me, please?
Who was that?
Kale.
Ping seems fine. Everyone's ping seems fine. So it's about level there between Mark Anthony and Tavar Clark. 118.7 and 118.6 I think I saw. So Tavar's got work cut out for him as there's a fight now. Oh no, Ryan Hunt. Again, he's not having a good day out here at South Dakota. Mikhail Charles now up in the 7th. Kadeem Mohammed, Kale Vader Roper now in 6th position. Kadeem in 5th. Luke Lizama is in 4th. And Tavar Clark, as you saw there, coming out of that sequence of turns, still holding his ground here behind Mark Anthony. Doesn't seem as though he's able to close the gap just yet. Let's ride with him though, as they enter the gooseneck now. So take a look at the timing sheet. You see 118.5, 5, and 3 there from Tavar Clark. He's the fastest one out of all of them. But he's not getting an opportunity here to close the gap enough to get by. Kadeem Mohammed with a 118.2. He's trying to catch up back to Luke Lizama. He's just 2.5 seconds sitting there in 5th position. Remember, more points to him, the better. Dominic all the way back in 8th right now. Battle for force here. Jaden Harrison holding on to it. 3/10 separates himself and Mark Anthony Eden. Tavar getting really close there. As we see another cut track warning for Mark Anthony. He's now 4 out of 5. He's got to be careful. We are on lap 9 of 15, ladies and gentlemen, and it seems as though these three have found a rhythm and is sticking to it. And now you can see Luke Lizama and Kadeem Mohammed there in the background. Kadeem trying desperately to get up to that 4th position. But these three putting on a show here at South Dakota. They come down the front straightaway once again. It's a 1:18.6, 5 and 6 there from the top 3. Mark Anthony just a little bit faster there as he's trying to close the gap now to Harrison. And we've got a change in position. Dominic Charles takes 7th away from Mikkel. Let's ride with the Jamaican now. This will do pretty well for the country standings as well if they get done in this order. Trinidad and Barbados just could not get enough combatants here to protect their name. See how much steering angle needed there for that turn. And they're all about the same distance from each other, with Tavar making a mistake there. He's going to lose even more time now to Mark Anthony. You can see him in the rear view mirror of Eaton. And as they cross the line here, they would have completed 10 laps and 5 more to go. Do remember, it's a reverse grid, so Dominic Charles might also be playing his cards here in trying to get ahead for the 2nd race. Everyone else is pretty much spread out down the rest of the field. This is the closest fight we've got for you. That's how close he is, Mark Anthony. And it's turning on the pressure now. It's the final 5 laps here remain in this race. Who's going to get on the power sooner? It seems as though Jaden holds on for yet another lap here. Mark definitely with a different line. And we've got a better look here now to be able to judge that. And Jaden very much superior right now to hold on to the lead of this race. Both of them missing the apex there. Mark trying everything in his book. You can see Jaden has got this car set up. He's hugging those turns, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't even need to go off track here. Mark Anthony cannot get by Jaden Harrison, and I don't think he will be able to with the amount of cool that Jaden is taking this track with. Where he's gaining, Mark Anthony, is exactly where he's losing. Because he needs to be on par with Jaden here to get by. Jaden just missing the apex there, and now goes off track. Oh no, that's not what you want to happen there. But he still managed to hold on, as even Jaden's making some mistakes of his own. Kadeem Muhammad has been able to cling half a second there to Luke Lazama. Dominic Charles, though, is about 11 seconds away from that position. He cannot close that within the amount of time left here, as they're all taking it off track at that exit. The tires, of course, are also going to go off on these cars. And you can see Tavar just creeping up in the rearview mirror there of Mark now. As Jaden increases the lead to Mark Anthony here by a second. So it's game off for Tavar now, as we've got half a second separating Ryan Hunt from Michael Charles. Let's take you to that fight. Actually, they're pretty close here as they come out of the gooseneck. Mikel moves over to defend here into turn 1. Ryan will try to feather the brakes here to put the car alongside, but he cannot get it done now. Just right with the Barbadian. Trying to put this car alongside him for that 7th position. Into the braking zone they go. Ryan, oh, he could not get that car where it needed to be here. He just backs out of it. And this combination proving to be a little bit tricky here. And he gets going again. Driving like a gentleman, he lets him go, and now you can see Kilvade and Roper edging up even closer here to this duo, as we are on the final lap of the race. Tavar Clark has managed to close the gap, and now we've got a 3-way fight for 7th position as well. Ryan Hunt, itchy with a trigger finger, he goes on the inside onto the braking zone, and no, they both run it out. Ryan Hunt would have pushed Michael Charles in that one, getting really ambitious into turn 1, and unfortunately it has done nothing but allow Kelvin and Roper to go up into that 7th position now. Looking ahead, Tavar Clark is even closer now to Mark Anthony. He's going to try and push it as he's coming around the final couple of corners here now to end the first event of the evening. Jaden Harrison with a spectacular drive will come out of the gooseneck ahead of these two. And let's take you to that one right now. Jaden Harrison, a well-deserved run here. Very close to the ending. And now Tavar Clark is not going to be able to claim that 2nd position as Mark Anthony holds on to Luke Lizama, just 1 step away from the podium after his first race. Kadeem Mohammed is going to get into that 5th position. Dominic Charles, a Lone Ranger here in 6th, followed by Kelvin and Roper coming in there on the final sets of turns, the final lap rather, to claim this 7th position. Michael Charles is going to be happy that he actually was not taken out any further than he was there. huge on purpose from him. And Ryan Hunt, unfortunately, as ambitious as he was, just could not get that car where he wanted it to be. Well done there though by this guy, Jaden Harrison. Well done, guys. Well done. Get ready. Race number 2 is next. Alright, just a reminder that this series is brought to you by SKNY Media. SKNY Media for your photo and video videography needs. Visit them on Instagram at SKNY_media. And they operate out of their Cayman Islands base there throughout the entire region. So if you're in need, just go ahead and make contact with them, alright? Also in this one for us is JTech Motorsport Solutions. JTech Motorsport Solutions for all of your aftermarket needs. They've got a bunch of brands now under their name. So just go ahead and visit them at jtechgy.com for all of your aftermarket motor racing and sports car needs for all of you tuners out there. That was a great one. I definitely enjoyed that one. Shout out to you guys
Be here
there.
for the second race, but thanks guys for the race.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot to you guys there joining us in the chat as Luke exits the server a race early as he's got something to do. But good race to him. His first race rather, under the CSRO ban. I'm not quite sure. Didn't really get the chance to speak to him much on whether he races in Assetto Corsa frequently. But yeah, we're about ready to go racing here now for the second time. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button with the notification bell on in case you are, interested in what we got going on here. And also, if you know anyone that's going to be interested in what we got going on here, go ahead and hit that share button as well. Thank you. Rike Racing asks Crimson Devil, what's wrong with you and that Hilux? They're talking about my Hilux as I'm currently sitting. This Hilux. There we have our sponsors on the Hilux. SKNY Media as well as JTech Motorsport Solutions. Alright, let's get it going then. It's going to be Ryan Hunt as he placed last year in the previous race on the inside, the better line into turn 1. As you can see, it's not a traditional dual starting grid lineup. And then we've got Mikkel Charles, followed by Kale Vaden Roper. Dominic Charles there in 4th position. Kadeem Mohammed right alongside him in 5th. And then we've got Tavar Clark, Mark Anthony Eaton, and Jaden Harrison. We've lost 2 in this. Luke Lizama and Javon Parry. Alright, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Five, 6 lights are on, and they're off here now for the second race. On the inside is Dominic Charles, but he's got Kadeem Mohammed, Tavar Clark right alongside. Can they get going again? Oh no, it's Kadeem Mohammed, is it? Unfortunately, was in the center of all of that mess. He makes it out. But oh, it's also Mark Anthony ahead of him as well. But that's not enough to render a full course yellow and a restart to this race, as now Ryan Hunt has got his work cut out for him to hold on to the lead of this race. He's got Mikkel Charles, Kilvaden Roper, Dominic Charles, and also Jaden Harrison back in this one here, barreling down the back top of the hill now. It's Kale close now to Mikhail Charles. Mikhail runs that really wide as well as Kale. Dominic now is going to close the gap, and even Jaden Harrison is going to fancy a go here. It's a four-way fight for that third position. Second, rather. Ryan Hunt, though, with a lot of pace. We did see him throwing down 8.7s rather. 18.7s, I should say. Looking ahead though, Mikhail holding on for dear life as Kale is involved in a Trinidadian sandwich at the moment. Is it a doubles? I don't know. Kale now heavy on the brakes as he's trying to put the pressure on Mikhail Charles. Kadeem Muhammad and Tafar Clark fighting there. Mark Anthony Eaton as well. I think Kadeem has an issue now. He's back in 8th position. No, they're fighting for that. And I want to take a look at that. But we can see a red car there. It's Dominic Charles being swamped by Jaden Harrison now. And Mark Anthony Eaton and Kadeem Muhammad fighting it out here for that 7th position.
Is that you or me lagging?
I think that was you.
And now Kale Vaden Roper is calling out here to Dominic Charles. They're concerned. They don't want to mess up each other's race. But Kale Vaden Roper, who's in 3rd position, has got an opportunity at 2nd now. Mikhail Charles goes off track there. And I think Kale is definitely being troubled here by some lag. And when you're running so close to a car with lag issues, you can very well take that car out if you not if you decide, but if it so happens to throw you into the car ahead of you. He's trying now on the inside, Kale Vader-Roper, as he trying to get alongside Mikhail Charles. He does, and he goes up into 2nd position for just a moment. Sorry, I keep forgetting that I need to switch back, but it's now Mikhail Charles who's alongside him. And now you can see Kale just, oh no! You're gonna have to step aside if you can't put that lag under control. Kale Vader-Roper. So let's take a look now at Kale. The lag issues are coming from him, and no, he does step aside. He doesn't want to take these guys out. So he's out of this one, Kale. Sorry to say, he was running really well there in that 2nd position. He does get going again though. Still points are on the board. Now Dominic Charles up into that 2nd position. He's got Jaden Harrison and Tavar Clark coming up behind him as well. But Ryan Hunt, ladies and gentlemen, a 3.5 second lead to these guys. The Barbadian is flying here at South Dakota. Looking back, Tavar Clark is pressuring his countryman. I don't think that's a wise idea, but Tavar, no holds bar, man. He's going for it. Having a look on the inside, he's peeking there. On, and he touches Jaden Harrison now. Meanwhile, this is going on. Dominic Charles is being able to get away and get on with his business here. But Jaden's pace is not what it was before. Now Tavar's getting the better of him. Takes way a lot of curb there. Now Jaden Harrison runs it wide. Tavar Clark unable to clip back over, but he does clip the bumper of that car. Now Mikhail Charles is in the mix. So Jaden Harrison's been let loose there by Tavar Clark. And now Tavar is susceptible to Mikhail Charles, and Kadeem Muhammad fancies a go as well. More points to them. It's a 1-17 from Dominic Charles. Dominic flying here to try and get that win. Currently, Ryan Hunt has got 3.2 seconds to his name. Let's see what it is as they come around this section once more. On the following lap, Kadeem Muhammad on the inside, ladies and gentlemen, of Mikhail Charles. We ride with the Barbadian now. Tavar Clark still close to Jaden Harrison and still pressuring his countryman. Kadeem seems very, very cool here behind Mikel. Ryan Hunt making a mistake there. Runs that really wide through the gooseneck. So he's lost a huge amount of time now. It's a 118.5 from him, 117.9 from Dominic Charles. It's a 117.8 from Tavar Clark. These guys are flying, man, except for Ryan on that last lap there. But Dominic closing the gap to him as we look back now. Tavar Clark on with Jaden Harrison. Let's ride with Tavar. Jaden's gonna move over just to defend here as he is on an immense amount of pressure. Different line here though from Tavar Clark. It actually is keeping him close to Jaden Harrison. But this is where he loses out while running that. Kadeem Mohammed makes his move. Now he's up into 5th position. Ahead of Mikel Charles. We've missed that one. But Tavar Clark with a bit of line. He's going to touch Jaden Harrison now. The pressure is on. The Jamaican just holds on. He's on the inside line now. Tavar Clark on the braking. Can he get it done into turn 1? Tavar gonna have to watch how he cuts back now. Jaden Harrison comes back with him. But now he's gonna get an opportunity here. He switches back on the inside line. Tavar Clark, what a pass there from the Jamaican. But look, Kadeem Mohammed fancies a take now. Jaden Harrison is all out of whack. And now Kadeem Mohammed gets up into that 4th position. Jaden Harrison is still there though on the outside. But Kadeem will be able to hold on. He does leave the space there for Jaden Harrison. But Jaden Harrison, I don't think he's neck and neck, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing zeros all across the board now. They're backing up into Mikel Charles and Mark Anthony. Even though Mark Anthony gets into the rear of Mikel Charles, and now Mikel cannot get that car under control. He comes back on the track erratically, and now Mark Anthony is out. Unfortunately there for him. Dominic now 1.972 seconds away from Ryan Hunt. I do believe what just occurred there can go to the stewards, because I don't believe Mark Anthony will be pleased with what just happened. Alright, here we go now. Kadeem Mohammed pressuring Jaden Harrison, trying to get these points here. Remember that Mikel Charles and Kadeem Mohammed are third and second respectively in the points. So Kadeem Mohammed pressuring Jaden here. He wants more points as Mikel is directly behind them. But Ryan Hunt holding on here to the lead of this race, and that 2 seconds in hand to Dominic Charles. This will be the best race for Ryan Hunt, as he's only gotten on the podium just last week. This race seems like an even longer one, as we've only gotten into the 9th lap of this event. Kadeem Mohammed now against Jaden Harrison. Jaden can do really well under pressure, as we've seen here in the first race. But we ride with the Barbadian now as he attempts to go into 4th position. Here he is. A lot more pace coming out of that turn and out the hill. Jaden Harrison still on the inside. He switches back. Jaden, what a defensive move there by him. He's all across the track here. He cannot move back again. He has to stay in that position now. And he holds on to it. Just Kadeem Mohammed heavy on the brakes now. Jaden, masterful racing here in defending that 4th position. Meanwhile, Tafar Clark has been given a ticket to get out of here. Oh no, Jaden taking way too much curb there, and now Kenny Mohammed. What's going on with Jaden? He's off track. I think he might have lost his wheel there. Oh no, his wheel connection to the game has been lost, and now he's all the way back in 8th. He teleports back into pit lane. That's race over for Jaden Harrison. Such an unfortunate series of events there now. And now Kadeem's got work. He's the closest. No, Cale Vaden-Roper is the closest to an opponent here, and it's Michael Charles ahead of him. But Dominic Charles is closing the gap to Ryan Hunt. It's now 1.4 seconds with 5 laps to go. Oh, it's 6 laps to go rather. Well, 5.5 to be more precise. Coming down the back straightaway for another time here is Ryan Hunt, followed by Dominic Charles. Dominic gunning for the race win in this one. Ryan Hunt holding on to his first race win if he gets it across the line at the end of 5 laps time. It's a 1:18.5. It's a 1:17.9 from Dominic Charles. The pace is on here, and the Trinidadian's taking it. Let's ride with Dominic now, as Ryan takes a lot of curb and now misses the apex on the exit of that turn. Dominic under a second now to the Barbadian, as the Barbadian seems to be struggling. Now he's even closer here, Dominic Charles to Ryan Hunt. And Ryan, you can see him running, using up as much surface as he can. This is some masterful driving here from the Trinidadian to close the gap to Ryan Hunt. Just under 7/10 now. Saying 10th is really a tongue twister, especially in the plural format. Come to think of it. As now we're under 5/10. Dominic Charles, Ryan Hunt, suffering to the loss of grip now. It says that Kadeem Mohammed has made a move here against Tafar Clark. He has. Tafar now losing out here to Kadeem Mohammed. Let's take you to that fight rather. Kadeem up into 3rd position now. And Tafar just losing base to the Barbadian. No, he's being able to claim back some time here. But Dominic Charles as well, ladies and gentlemen, through the gooseneck. He's even closer now to Ryan Hunt. 4 laps remaining. Well, 4.9 laps remaining. 4.1 lap remaining rather. And there it is, 18.2 followed by an 18.0. You know, Dominic can go even faster than that. So the pressure is on here now on the Barbadian. Ryan doing just enough to hold on to the lead of this race. We ride now with Dominic Charles. Gets back on the pole in a heavier gear there. Dominic Charles doesn't want to wheel spin the car. Wheel spinning will lose you that time, lose you that pace. And you can see Ryan Hunt making substantial mistakes now that will cause him the lead of this race if he doesn't get his act together. And Dominic ever so slightly pressuring the Barbadian. Half a second separates the two. Kadeem Muhammad has already opened the gap to Tavar Clark. It's a 1.7 now lead for that Barbadian. And I do say it's a Barbadian sandwich. Why do we see Kadeem Muhammad being passed there by Tavar Clark now? I think that's the timing board being messed up. Yes, it is. South Dakota's all messed up if you ask me. Or we just try to make do until the funding is right for a brand new track. Now Dominic Charles under 200ths of a second coming out of that turn there. And just cannot get his car alongside. Can he do it in the braking zone though? He's having a look. And he's playing chicken here now to Ryan Hunt. Or he really is struggling to find a way through. Ryan doing just well to hold on though. Dominic goes on the curb. That's the first time I've seen him done that. Dominic pressuring for the lead of this race. Ryan having the lead of this race for some amount of time now, since the race has started actually. His best performance yet here at CSRO. And now he goes around for one more time. Ryan Hunt in the lead of this race. He's got the best of the best here at CSRO breathing down his neck. What can he do to hold on to the lead of this race? Dominic Charles. Oh, he runs that wide, Dominic. And it seems as though he's given up on this one, has he? It's now a second lead here Ryan Hunt has to Dominic Charles. This is the closest fight we have. Further back, Vaden Roper versus Michael Charles for that 5th position. 7/10 separates those two. And Kadeem has been able to open up a 3-second lead to Dominic Charles. But going through the gooseneck for the final time, it's Ryan Hunt, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a great opportunity here if he can just hold on as Dominic Charles tries to close the gap here. But Ryan Hunt, ladies and gentlemen, crossed the finish line for the first time as a race winner at South Dakota Circuit and CSRO. Oh my gosh. What a race that was. Dominic Charles there, gentleman as he is, congratulates Ryan Hunt. Kadeem Muhammad comes across the line in 3rd position. Tavar Clark, unfortunately, could not hold on to that 3rd position, comes across in 4th. Michael Charles again with some antics here to put him in the Rahman stand. Vaden Roper in 6th position. Mark Anthony, unfortunately, can only better 7th. And with Jaden Harrison coming in 8th position. Thank you guys, just bringing it around to the start finish line for me. Thank you. Here's your race winner, sorry. as we get ready now for the post-race interviews. All right, guys, thanks a lot there for a splendid event. First, we'll take you to the first race, top three. Tavar Clark comes in third position in that race. Tavar, take us through this one as well as that first race. How did you manage to lose out there to Kadeem Mohammed? Because we did not see. Go ahead. Tavar, is he there?
Well, you guys hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So I'm saying my tires, they were completely gone. Like, they were gone. Because I was fighting with Jaden so hard, I ended up using a lot of my tires more than I wanted to. So I was kind of like making a few mistakes. And then when Kadi even caught up to me, I'm not sure what happened with my laptop, but it had this slight little lag. And then I made another mistake from that lag, and Kadim just caught me. I was trying to hold him, but as I said, I never had any tire grip, and it's the same thing for the first race too. After that big incident in turn one, I was trying to make my way up, and tires was just really hard to sustain. So I wanted to P3, but it is what it is. I just gotta give thanks for finishing the race. That's it.
All right, thanks a lot there, Tavar Clark. Now we head over to Mark Anthony Eaton. Mark, didn't seem as though it worked out for you there in the second race with the reverse grid. Talk us through your first one, though, where you gained second position.
Yeah, the first race was good. I got to the lead on the restart and tried to hold it, but Jaden drove a really good race today, so I have to give full props to him. But I had accumulated some cut trap penalties, so instead of trying to fight him and getting a drive through, I kind of just backed off and see if I could keep with him. But I was just settled for second after the fourth cut trap penalty. So yeah.
Most definitely. All right, thanks a lot there, Mark Anthony, for that one. Now we move on over. Who's already left the serve? It's Jaden Harrison. Jaden, winner there for the first event. And also coming under immense pressure here in the second one. Talk us through that one.
In the first race, I didn't get a good quality, so I was inclined to like I was just trying to cruise in the back, but then big accident to turn on, and I got up to second. The restart, I just tried to keep behind Mark, so I made a mistake and I went for the pass, but it was a good race. The last couple laps, I was driving with one hand. I was having some pain in my hand, but yeah, it was a good race, Mark. It was a good race. So I got good race.
All right, we thought that your steering wheel might have come loose or something off the desk, and that's what prompted you to come off track. All right, sorry to hear about that. As we talk to now Kadeem Mohammed, finally getting onto the podium here. Kadeem, well done to you in this one. Talk us through as well the first one too.
Yeah, this race was pretty much a carbon copy of the first race because I was hit from behind both times, and yeah, it just put me far back, and then I had a lot of work to do. Yeah, so it was frustrating, but got it done to the next time.
Most definitely. We saw you there going into turn one. It's almost 4 guys in total going into turn one. So it's pretty heavy here into turn one. Very tight too as we come back onto turn two. Well, thanks a lot there, Kadeem Mohammed. Dominic, seems as though you've also drawn a couple of short sticks here at South Dakota Circuit for today. Didn't see you quite much in qualifying either.
Yeah, so funny story about that. That qualifying was my first lap ever at this track. I didn't have any time to do anything because of exams and stuff, so I figured I just show up, try to get some points. And I guess over the course of the race, I found a bit of peace because in the second race, I was doing quali times. Basically, I would have been on the podium if I had the time to actually practice.
Most definitely. Yeah. And Ryan, we heard you there congratulating Ryan for that race win. He did quite well indeed in holding you off.
Oh yeah, props to him. He drove cleanly and put down good times. So, I mean, I really couldn't fight him there. That was just well driven.
All right, thanks a lot there, Dominic Charles. We head on to Ryan Hunt. Ryan, second time on the podium, first time winning here at CSRO. You got out of the gates there in first position and managed to hold on to the end. Congratulations to you.
Yeah, thank you, Stefan. It was a hard, bad race. This first race was horrible for me. I missed a hit Kadim. I missed my breaking point. Then everything went to hell. I started missing my breaking points, running off the road, tried to come back in the first race, and I couldn't do nothing. I just frustrated. But the second race now, it was hardly open air, and nobody in front of me, so I could just sit down, my head down, and just try to play good laps.
Well, you sure did put in good enough laps to keep the fastest man at CSRO currently from taking that first position away from you. Really happy to see you, and everyone should know that you don't usually do circuit racing, you actually do drifting.
Yeah, I do drifting. I do mostly drifting because that's my favorite sport. I only do any circuit race because it's the thing right now, and I try to support the fellas in the Caribbean doing the circuit racing, but I'm mostly a big drifting fan.
Most definitely. We've seen a lot of your videos there on Instagram. Go ahead, guys, and follow him on Instagram. Ryan, give them your tag.
It's at SuperBeam246 on Instagram. Facebook, the same thing, and also YouTube.
Yeah, he's got a lot of runs there with his drifting. Caribbean guys doing it well. All right, Ryan Hunt, thanks a lot for that one. I'll step aside from you guys now in the Discord server and allow you guys to have your fun there. They usually review the races and so on. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming out tonight. In the next one, next week, stay tuned to our social media there. You'll be able to know what's coming next. All right, guys, thanks a lot for joining us tonight, though. We close off yet another... Well, I'm just looking to try and get my bearings here to try and get the... All right, here we go. Sorry, my bad. To get the camera, the drone camera here to our liveried sponsored car, Toyota Hilux. All right, just want to say a big shout out to you guys for joining us tonight out there in the chat as well. Marlon Young, see you out there. Rike Racing, Slick OM, and Mar Lewis as well. Soka Zesser Gaming as well. Crimson Devil, Nalani, Raj Kapoor as well. All out there in Chatland. Thanks a lot. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button with the notification bell on if you haven't already. Next weekend, we've got a different class coming to you. Stay tuned to our social media outlets as we're actually launching something new here at CSRO. You're not gonna want to miss that. All right. So, just want to say this event, this series is brought to you by SKNY Media for all of your video and photography services out there in the Cayman Islands and regionally. Go ahead and hit them up on Instagram. It's SKNY_media. They'll fly out to you, get your weddings done, get your birthdays done, anything you want done there. Those guys will look it after for you, even if it's a 30-second ad, probably even a documentary. Those guys can get done for you there at SKNY Media. Go ahead, look them up on Instagram. It's SKNY_media. And of course, we cannot leave without saying thank you to those guys, SKNY Media and JTech Motorsport Solutions. JTech Motorsport Solutions for all of your aftermarket needs for your car, your tuner cars and your motor racing cars as well. I just want to stress on that fact. It's not just for your tuner cars, but for your motor racing cars as well. They got a huge range now of brands under their name. And guess what? they are the authorized dealers of those brands within the region. So you can get on to their website. It's jtechgy.com. Some of the brands that they carry are Fuel Lab, Fuel Tech ECUs, and Vibrant Performance pipes and fittings. Really good stuff there from JTech Motorsport Solutions. My name is Stefan, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for thank you for joining me here for the final round of phase number 2. Just remember, we got 5 total phases of the Caribbean Sim Racing Championship. This is just phase number 2. We've got phase number 3 coming up in June before we close off there for the summer break. But next up, the next championship will be announced there on our social media platforms. It's Caribbean Sim Racing _ORG on Instagram, and you can find us by typing in Caribbean Sim Racing Organization on Facebook. All right, thanks a lot for joining us once again. Remember, if you want to join us as well, just hit us up there on our social media, and we'll take you through the process. All right? All right, guys, stay safe, be happy. See you in the next one.